Hey, what is going on? As y'all see at the top of the screen, this is the Back Porch Sports Podcast with your man Fonz.
And Quan,
Hey there, how you doing?
doing good, brother. Doing
You
good.
doing good? You doing? I was a little concerned about you today, but thank y'all for tuning in. Hey man, you my boy. I got to check on you. But as welcome to the show. Thank y'all for hanging with us, especially this past weekend, during Wildcard weekend. And so now we're going to go over the last couple of games because we've already went over the Chiefs and the Dolphins and the Texans and the Browns and of course the Cowboys and those Packers. So we're going to start with the last game first because I don't want to do you dirty. So we're going to talk. Let's talk about the Eagles and the Buccaneers. That game went exactly how I thought it was going to go. The Buccaneers pulled out a win. I know Cleveland is kicking themselves right now due to the fact that they let Baker Mayfield. They gave up a Baker Mayfield too early, in my opinion. But big shout out to those guys. They took out the defending NFC champions and those Eagles. They made them look like a bunch of. That's all they did. They made them look bad. And to me, the game was over well before it was over. Big shout out to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They went 9-8 in the regular season, and they came to play. Every home team except for one won, if that makes sense. So what's your take on that, bro?
I think it was a good game. I think Baker Mayfield did an awesome job. He's definitely not the same quarterback as he was in Cleveland. His game has definitely developed tremendously throwing the ball. He has a more consistent receiver in Mike Evans than he ever had. So
right.
He can't really miss. I would like for them to connect a little bit better. I didn't see all this season of them missing easy touchdowns. I know Mike Evans, I don't know how many touchdowns he got. I could look it up real quick. But he supposed to have more touchdowns than that because a lot of time they was not on the same page sometimes. Like last night, you seen a wide open drop touchdown pass by Mike Evans. But yeah, man, they did a great job. They caught the Eagles at the greatest time they could have ever caught them at. With the injuries to Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown and their defense already being exposed prior to way before the playoffs even started. Like, we already knew their defense wasn't what it was cracked up to be anyways. But the game got ugly pretty quick, and they took care of business. And, they advanced. So, good job, Buccaneers, for taking advantage of bad former NFC champion, aka Super Bowl champs.
Hey, you got to get in where you fit in nowadays, NFL, man. But big shout out to Ty Bowles. I got to give him his credit. He did what he had to do. And on that point with the Eagles, Jason Kelce has announced his retirement. It's a shame you get beat that bad. He say you don't want to play no more. But
I think he's probably already thinking about it. I think he's a pretty old lineman.
Yeah.
He's not as fortunate to have so much of a consistent team as his brother. But yeah, man, he went on ahead and got up out of there. I don't blame him. Shoot.
Yeah,
the Eagles probably won't even have enough money to pay him after all this stuff that didn't happen.
I mean, but he does leave with a ring, so I can't even get mad with him. So, it is what it is on that front. But let's talk about the 4:30 game. Now, I know. That's all I'm gonna say. I know. The Bills put a whooping on the Pittsburgh Steelers, and even though the Steelers scored 17 points, to me, honestly, that game was not close. Big shout out to Josh Allen. Josh Allen stood up. He said it ain't. He said you ain't in it till you stand up in it. That what he stood up in it. And But my problem with Pittsburgh, so I'm gonna help you out. Tackling. Y'all missed a myriad of tackles. That's un-Pittsburgh like. That is not conducive to what the AFC North stand for. And I don't know about this one. This loss is kind of weird. The game was pushed back a day due to inclement weather. Pittsburgh had enough time. They had an extra day to prepare. But I can't call it, man. You can have them. Them your boy.
I don't really think the loss really bothered me too much. But we did a horrible job at taking care of the football. One thing that I will say a positive is we was able to move the ball down the field. So that was awesome. I really think Mason and Kenny should really try to battle that starting position out just a little tad, because from the time he started till now, we've been able to score points and get down to the end zone. Mm-hmm. Now, I didn't like the fact that we threw interceptions in the red zone.
It was a killer.
I think we should have just ran the ball with Najee or Warren and just took the 3, if anything. Mm-hmm. Also, I don't understand why we did not call a timeout before half after we sacked Josh Allen. Mm-hmm. They did not have a punter at that time, so it's a possibility that we could have got good field position there. So that's a miss out on points. Mm-hmm. Well, we did a horrible job at taking care of the football early on in the half, and Josh Allen came out swinging immediately. 5 for 5, first drive, touchdown. I mean, it was just the game happened so fast, man. I ain't gonna lie, like it was already over before it started.
It was what it was, 21-7 or something.
I do like how we almost made it again.
Y'all did.
I do like that. We almost we had them on their heels for a little bit until that last passing touchdown, and that's what finished us.
And
that came from a missed tackle. That came down to a missed tackle by Mika. I mean, I don't understand how he missed that tackle. That probably should have been like a 2-3 yard gain, honestly, but he missed a wide open tackle, so that was horrible. I do feel like TJ would have made a bigger impact on this game, of course, especially when we made it a touchdown game. Would have been interesting to see. I do think we did an okay job at containing James Cook, which they really didn't need him. I mean, like I said, Josh Allen had a field day passing the ball. I never seen that guy play like that before. I mean, he played. I got to give it to him. I mean, he was my big dummy. Probably still is my big dummy now. Big my boys. But honestly, man, nobody had us winning this game. I mean, Cowboys got whooped and they was favorites. I'd rather be underdog and lose as an underdog than to be.
Yeah, it's like you can take the loss a little bit better, you know.
Mike Tomlin cleared the rumors of him leaving next year, so he'll be back. Hopefully we'll be able to count on the standard of not having a losing season. That's the only thing we got right now is that. But man, they played great. They just played good. They played good ball, man. Like I said, Josh Allen had a great game, and we turned over the ball. You cannot turn over the ball. They're supposed to be they're supposed to have been the opposing way.
Yeah,
I was. So
yeah. I mean, y'all went out fighting. I got to give you that. I'll give you that much. Y'all went out swinging, but that last touchdown to Shakir, I think that's his last name.
Yeah, that was him. Yep.
Man, it's crazy. My wife don't watch football, but she was in like, oh, wait a minute, you know, that missed tackling. That part right there, and of course, like you said, turn the ball over, that's a no-no, and all that other stuff. But Big shout out to the Buffalo Bills.
Now let's see whether they can complete the real challenge because
the real challenge, and we'll talk about that in a few. The last game we forgot to mention was the Detroit Lions with the Rams. Now, I must say I'm proud of the Lions. The Lions did something they haven't done since I was in first grade. Was win a home playoff game. So big shout out to them. I actually had the Rams actually squeaking by. Matter of fact, the score is indicated for how I had the Rams, if I remember correctly. I mean, big shout out to them. They played a good game. You know, Dan Campbell got those boys playing. So I can't even be mad at that fact. I did want the Rams to. I wanted the Rams to advance because I wanted to see that 49ers Rams Part 3. Yeah. But I'll take that, you know.
Like I said, and I think we both concurred on, I wanted the Rams to win as well. Just because they are a strappy team, especially with that defense that can show up at any moment. And the offense, man, Matthew Stafford has been balling since he got in LA. Mm-hmm. And so I definitely want to see that. But honestly, man, the Lions going from almost every game being a one possessional to this right here has been pretty impressive. Yes. Dan Campbell has coached well. All those tears that he cried, last season, kind of helped them out this season, man. And now they're in a position to take out another Super Bowl favorite.
Yes.
So I expect that game to be good. But yeah, the Lions deserve it. I mean, the Rams deserve it because the Rams, you know, they fought to be where they at right now. You know, to get in the playoffs, they got in. But man, the Lions been playing all season except for when they played the Ravens. I ain't recognize them. When they played the Ravens, I didn't really know who it was.
Except for one game.
Probably, but I don't know how many. I forgot how many games they done lost this season. But that was one of the games where it was like, this the Lions? This the Lions of the new or the Lions of the old?
They did like them 0-16 Lions that day, not gonna lie.
But they deserve it, man. They do.
Yeah, if I want anybody to go to the Super Bowl for the NFC, it'll definitely be the Lions. That city needs that. Like, seriously, Detroit needs that. Speaking of which, we can go ahead and kind of preview the divisional round. So, because, you know, that's coming up this Saturday. And the first team is the Texans. Excuse me, the first game is the Texans at the Ravens. I think Ravens are 9-point favorites at home. The next game will be, let me see, the Packers at the 49ers. That is going to be nasty. That's going to be nasty. I'm sorry. The next, I got a feeling it's going to be nasty. But let's talk about those two games first. Those two number one seeds for each conference. Let's start with the Texans and the Ravens. I'm going to go ahead and pick the Ravens because, yes, we saw C.J. Stroud just light up the doggone Cleveland Browns secondary. But the other things we saw receivers running wide open. We seen Nico Collins wide open. We seen the other guy wide open.
That was about to have a field day in that regard.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Ravens. I'm gonna take it as a close game. Though we did play them week 1. Both teams. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a lot of points scored in this game, I believe. The only caveat to that thought,
I say at least 20 apiece.
I can see it going to 20s. My only caveat to the Texans is that, yes, the Texans just beat the Browns, who had arguably one of the better defenses in the league, but the Texans have not played AFC North weather. That game is going to be outside. I think the temperature is going to be 20 degrees at kickoff and dropping. So we're going to see who going to be the big man out there. But I do pick the Ravens in a close game. I can't give you a score right now, but I'm picking the Ravens. It's going to be close.
Yeah, I think the Ravens are going to win. I think C.J. Stroud has done well enough up until this point. Like you said, they haven't faced no team like Baltimore. They played the Browns, and let's just be honest. I mean, Browns got lucky. they kept a veteran dog in the back seat. Veteran dog was able to teach them a few things, but not the new tricks. So
no tricks learned.
But
they couldn't turn no tricks either.
I mean, once it became a scoring game, they was unable to do that. But going back to piggybacking on what you said about the Texans defense, I have seen them be non-existent and allow teams to just run right through them. Ravens have a great run game, both quarterback and the running back. And their receiving core has just got a lot better, especially with the addition of Mark Andrews. So, with that being said, I think the Ravens probably win by 2 touchdowns. And they I mean, hopefully CJ Stroud, like I said, man, he got a lot of arm talent and he's very poised, and I understand that. But Baltimore is kind of like the Steelers against young quarterbacks, and they make it tough for them.
Yes.
And like you said, it's going to be outside during the cold. A lot of teams like the Dolphins do not play good. Some teams typically don't play good in this northeast weather on the East Coast. So I expect it to be kind of tough. But I think they're going to give y'all a good first half, I see.
Yeah, they're going to give us a fight, at least the first few drives.
Yeah, first half, I say it'll be close. But that second half is going to be a little different. Especially, and let me go ahead and put the warning out for the Texans. If Ray Lewis show up, you lost. You better hope Ray Lewis don't come to the stadium, because Baltimore is different when Ray Lewis come. Whether he was playing or whether he visiting, they about to whoop you. So don't let nobody like Ed Reed or don't Ray Lewis show up in the stadium, because it's completely over. So let's hope for no visitors.
The crazy part, the crazy thing, I was thinking about that earlier at work. I was like, yo, what if Ray Lewis show up to that stadium Saturday? And number 52, Ray Lewis, that dude come out. I'm like,
it's over. But I expect Lamar Jackson to have a great game against them. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be about who can contain who.
That's it.
CJ Stroud, he's a handful. I ain't gonna lie.
Yes. You like a little 2-year-old that just took your doggone snack off the table.
I'm trying to tell you, crumb snatchers. That's what.
Yes, sir, crumb snatchers.
but I think Baltimore win though, man.
Yeah, we both got Baltimore winning. Let's go to the next divisional round game. That's gonna be after the Ravens game at 8:15 p.m. It's gonna be the Packers and the 49ers. I am on upset watch.
Now you want to join the upset, but oh man,
I'm on upset watch. I have a feeling. I don't know why, but I have a feeling that
going to give the Cowboys, boy. Ain't take me wrong.
that the Packers are going to just edge out the 49ers. I know 49er fans is going to watch this video, but like, man, you crazy.
I talked to a 49ers fan today, and he told me that, he think they're going to win, but Packers is on the roll right now.
Oh, yes.
Sometimes, man, I'm not going to lie. Sometimes, whether it's in the regular season or during the playoff, a bye week can be a good and bad thing.
Most definitely.
Especially for the teams that has been playing coming out the wild card. I mean, they already have something going for themselves. I expect the Packers to rely again on Aaron Jones. Well, now, whether that'll work on that front seven,
don't know.
I don't know.
Don't know. The biggest thing Packers can do is create turnovers and send pressure to Brock Purdy. We've seen it. Brock Purdy folds up under that pressure. If they can send pressure, consistent pressure, and create those turnovers, they got a chance. So that's why I say I'm on upset alert.
Also, I kind of like how the Packers set up their defense. When they played the Cowboys, Jair Alexander was not on CD Lamb the whole time. They was on their second option.
Yeah.
And they was doubling him on the other side. So if they kind of use that same recipe with Debo and double team him and double their second option, I think they could be okay. And Kenny Clark is a great D tackle up the middle. Mm-hmm. Now, Christian McCaffrey is going to give him a run. He gave everybody a win this season. It's no way that you're going to contain or stop him completely.
No.
But the way to beat him is bring that pressure, make Brock, feel uncomfortable, even if it's batting the ball at the line of scrimmage.
That's
causing just disrupt everything that he has going on back there. Mm-hmm. And I think they have a chance if they can create at least 2 turnovers, or make them get away from Christian, because Christian and the 49ers offense is the thing that gets the ball rolling.
That's it.
If Christian McCaffrey is going to get the ball for at least first and second down, maybe.
Oh, yes. So, he good for about 8 yards on first down.
But what you need to do on the offense, and we've seen Jordan, and I know Jordan can do this, if he can at least score and get a good enough lead on them, so that way they won't hand the ball off so much, even though they do use them in the pass game.
Yeah, but they do.
If they can just get them to not think about him first thing first,
yeah,
they got a chance to win the game. And I ain't gonna lie, man. I like the Packers to win too. I'm looking at the 49ers like, yeah, y'all gonna be at home, and they just, they ain't changing from the West Coast. They're still on the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they gonna give him a ride, man. I ain't gonna lie. They gonna play him tough, but I see him edging it out by at least 2 points. Probably like a field goal or something.
I feel like the only way the 49ers will win this game outright. I'm still picking the Packers, but the only way the 49ers can really win it outright is they go up early and make the Packers play from behind. That means take Aaron Jones out the game.
Yeah, take him out the game.
You do that, you got it. But the Packers are a little bit more scrappier.
Yeah.
Now, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, Debo Samuel, that's a tall order. Not gonna lie.
It's a lot.
It's a tall order. It's a lot. But I feel like the Packers, being that they are walking with their chest out now because they took out them boys in a crazy fashion.
I will say, don't.
I feel like they're cocky. Don't get too cocky. Yeah. Don't get too cocky because it's a different team. Best team in the NFC.
Honestly,
but I feel like you could do it.
Yeah, this is just my spiel for the rest of my life. I'll say until I see otherwise. Now, Green Bay, you just won against the Cowboys. They've been doing this at the Cowboys, but they've been doing this for 30 years.
Yeah.
So I will say, don't go out there bull driving, because
that's it.
49ers can get real nasty real quick. They get real quick.
Oh yeah.
So I believe y'all should play real physical.
That's it.
And don't let them run over y'all, man, because I'm telling you, this game can get real nasty.
If they let the 49ers really run over them like that game is going to be over in the first quarter.
But I do like Jordan Love
more
than what I like Purdy. He's been fortunate to have those pieces that you just named.
Yes, sir.
Outside of, and Christian McCaffrey behind them. And so with that being said, yes, but I do feel like they can lose this game simply because we've seen them struggle, especially with the offensive line. I don't know the status on Williams. He's probably 100%.
Right.
But their offensive line ain't all that without Trent out there.
Just call it what it is.
It comes down to making that guy uncomfortable and making him make mistakes.
Yeah.
Jordan Love and CJ Stroud has been playing with poise. For them to be young quarterback, they look like they've been here before.
Yeah.
And I just think they got something to play for, man.
Agreed.
49ers got something. 49ers been in the playoffs for the past 3 seasons and has been unsuccessful.
Mm-hmm.
Cause they beat Dallas. But Purdy he's subject to make some mistakes if you can just disrupt his pocket.
That's it. That's the key to victory. So let's switch over to the Sunday games. And that's Sunday. Oh, that's my sister's birthday. January 21st at 3:00. You're gonna have the Buccaneers taking on the Lions. I am taking the Lions.
The Lions and who?
The Buccaneers.
I'm
taking the Lions on that one. I got to.
Let me just say this. Buccaneers is about the only team I've seen this year that stopped the tush push on the goal line.
I give them that. I give it to them.
So with that,
I give that to them.
I know that really don't relate to the Lions, but it's going to be one of those. It's going to be kind of like the Rams and Lions game, close game, especially if Baker continues to play like he's been playing.
Oh yeah,
I mean, I think I got the Lions winning too. But just don't be surprised. So as long as I don't think I got to say.
That's how don't be surprised pick of the week.
For a few of these teams, the everything ain't gonna fall down until the NFC Championship game.
That's it. That's it. That's it. I'll be real.
Right now, I think it's a few more upsets out there.
Oh yeah.
And I just wouldn't be surprised about that game.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
The Lions has been playing good, with Gibbs and Jared Goff and Amar St. Brown, and they got good talented, and they didn't revamp that defense. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, well, they got a nice squad now.
Are they playing in Detroit or
in Detroit?
So they're gonna win it. But I think it'll be later on during the game. I think it'd be a late
touchdown or something.
Late touchdown or something that's going to ice him. Baker Mayfield I feel like Baker Mayfield going to throw a pick or something. And
because he's overdue for a bonehead play. I got to give it. He's overdue for one.
He overdue.
But I got the Lions winning outright though. You got them coming back to win. I got them winning outright. And the last game for the divisional round for the weekend at 6:30, we got the Chiefs at the Bills. The Bills coming off an emotional game.
Woohoo.
Versus the Chiefs. Now, we can't say weather is a factor because it's cold in both Kansas City and in Buffalo. So we cannot make weather a factor. But I'm going to tell you why the Chiefs going to win. And it's very basic. While the Bills won, they won. Shout out to them. They lost a lot on defense. They won. It was ugly. It was injuries where people had to be carted off.
Yeah, we beat them up for y'all.
Yeah. Pittsburgh softened them up. They softened them up. They got a few blows in, but I'm gonna say the Chiefs gonna take it. The only way the Chiefs don't do it is that the problems they've been having in that wide receiver room show up Sunday. If they show up, this is Patrick Mahomes' first postseason game outside of Arrowhead. He going to Buffalo. But that's the only way the Chiefs will lose that game if their receivers mysteriously leave their hands in Kansas City. Now, there was a couple of instances where Travis Kelce left his hands on the bus.
Yep.
The other nights.
Yep.
And it was cold out there.
Yeah, cold out yonder.
It was cold out yonder, and it's supposed to get cold here. So I know it's gonna be cold up there.
I know, boy. Good God,
boy, I tell you. So I got the Chiefs winning, but don't be surprised.
Right. I'm gonna put the pressure on, and I'm gonna be very sarcastic. But I got the Bills winning.
Whoa,
the Bills have to win this game. Josh Allen has been unsuccessful beating Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs in Kansas.
That's a good point.
He has to win this game. They pitch you on a Madden cover. Yeah. You got to win this game.
Yeah.
you just beat up on the Steelers. You gotta win this game.
I mean, you passed your test.
You went from number 10 seed to number 2 seed. You gotta win this game right here. And I think Bills is gonna win this game in a sling fight with Patrick Mahomes. He's gonna probably have the ball last. And I think it's gonna have to be either a field goal or touchdown to win. Yeah,
calling for a good game.
I'm calling for a great game. I think it's gonna be. I really think Chiefs is gonna make it, but I try to be different. And I want Josh Allen to have that same mentality. Don't let it go nowhere. You came out first drive against the Steelers, 5 for 5, touchdown. You threw 3 straight. I don't want to see no picks come this week.
Ran for one too. I want that same exact Josh Allen that came out firing off early. Early. Had that same energy. Had that same exact energy. And better had too.
If you don't.
Uh-oh, you got something for him.
I have something for you.
You got something for him.
I'm gonna go with I don't know what Vegas is saying about that game.
Yeah, I don't see it up here.
But I'm gonna say the Bills gonna win, man. They got to. This is the only time that they will probably smell a Super Bowl. Oh,
the Bills are favored.
Yeah, the Bills are. I figured they home. Yeah, they favorite, and I'm gonna go with the favorite. And
the line is at 2.5 points.
Where the Bills at?
The Bills at Buffalo. They're 2.5 point favorites. 2.5.
Oh wow. Yeah, so it's gonna be like that, and Vegas is gonna make sure it's gonna be like that.
The fact that it's 2.5 lets me know that it might come down to that field goal you were talking about.
I'm telling you.
It might come down to it.
Hopefully the Bills have their kicker available to them.
Yeah.
You know, we banged them up. You know what I mean?
Y'all drop the elbow to kicker.
I like. I mean, honestly though, on the flip side of that, I expect Patrick Mahomes to manage the game. I mean, this guy has become a great game manager, man. I mean, that last game against Miami, if the pass wasn't there, he wasn't taking a sack. He was throwing it away. I mean, he did not make many mistakes because he understood that he couldn't. And I feel like
his head and ran too.
Hopefully, Josh Allen learned something from the guy that he can't beat, and beat him at home, please. Because it's only gonna look bad on you if you don't. The NFL has set you up. You guys, you set yourself up for this. You finally got a home playoff game against the Kansas City Chiefs. You gotta win at any cost. You gotta win. So
and because the current condition of the Chiefs. Now I'm gonna be real with you. Patrick Mahomes did well. Don't get me wrong. But this is Miami we talking about.
Oh, yeah. I ain't saying that. Yeah, now, he did what he had to do because he already knew it was in the bag.
He had a given situation. He took advantage of it.
For sure.
I'm still going to say the Chiefs, but like I said, they're going to cover. It's going to be a 3-point game. I'm going to take a 3-point game, but I'm going to say it's the Chiefs. The only way they going to lose, if they start getting the case of the dropsies. If somebody start getting case of the dropsies, you know how infectious the dropsies are. So we that's how it's gonna be. But
it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot of those. I mean, Buffalo even dropped a few passes last.
Yes, they did. Oh
night.
Man,
and I just think that's just due to the weather, man. I mean.
Yeah,
and everything that's going on. So it's going to be that 3-point game. I really think it's going to be that 3-point game. But
don't expect the offensive shootout because that's not going to happen up there in Buffalo.
No.
Don't even expect it, football fans.
I don't know. I see Pacheco being big, probably in that passing game. I feel like they'll use him more in the backfield this time.
Yeah,
because the Miami defense is just easy to run against. They can have field days, but Bills defense a little bit more stocky in that.
Yeah. I mean, they was giving up stuff on the ground, but it wasn't
crazy.
No, it wasn't crazy.
So, yeah, but they gonna fight. I like this game a lot.
Yeah.
This is exciting. I mean,
yeah,
you got some of the best quarterbacks facing one another. Despite some tendencies Josh Allen have that I don't like, but he's great. He got a cannon on him when he wants to have one, and so does Patrick Mahomes. And I just think this is going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be a matter of who can complete the important plays. You know how you go on Madden, and if you play franchise, they say key moments.
Yes,
key moments. Those key moments. Who can come out and play? Yeah. Number 15 or number 7. Or I think his name was number 10.
17.
17, yeah.
Yeah, 17.
But
17.
It's gonna be a bloodbath though. I like that.
Yeah.
I think that's the favorite. I think that's my favorite game probably this weekend.
Oh yeah. Mine too. I'm really, I guess, not no disrespect, but I wanted y'all to lose because I want to see that matchup. I want to see how.
Something else.
I wanted to see that. I wanted to see that matchup. I want to see. I mean, we was going to see Patrick Mahomes outside of Arrowhead in the playoffs anyway, but I wanted to see that particular matchup. So, hey, good weekend of football ahead. But yeah, that's all I got. But yeah, thank y'all for watching and thank y'all for subscribing. Like I said at the top, thank y'all for hanging out with us this past weekend. We might get one for you this weekend, just one.
Right, just one.
Cause we was working.
I know, won't we?
We were working, boy. But we gonna go ahead and call it right here. Remember, hit the subscribe button. People that's listening, make sure you follow the show, and you could be kept up with all the uploads and everything that we're doing. And we appreciate y'all. You got anything you want to add, bro?
Not at all, brother.
All right, we're going to get on out of here. This has been the Back Porch Sports Podcast with your man Fonz
and Quan.
And we out.
All right.